Hey kids, it's Karen from Waterfall Acrylics, back the very next night after video number 18, so this is video number 19, and back to try another negative space pour because I'm no quitter, I'm not giving up, I'm gonna conquer this thing. So that's the plan for tonight. Couple little differences is that in hindsight, it was probably a bad idea to pour a canvas with white in a Floetrol and then try to use a pouring medium meant for high fluid acrylics and not expect it to run off the canvas and push the white around. So lesson learned there, which is kind of what it's all about. So tonight's pouring recipe, I made up a bunch of bottles, cup of Floetrol, cup of Elmer's glue all. Sorry for those that don't like PVA, I like it, so what you gonna do? And then about 3 ounces of the GAC or GAC 800, no water, no varnish either. So that's gonna be the pouring medium. I don't have anything to show you because last night was a bust, so let's just jump right into it, okay? Hopefully you guys can hear me better. Let me move my microphone a little bit closer. Oh my God, you gotta stare at me. Ugh. Okay, there's my canvas. Let me see if I can lower my selfie stick. Looks pretty good, a little off, but good enough. I already went and, oh, wrong way. As you can tell, I already poured the titanium white on my canvas that I scraped last night. And my colors, almost the same, a little bit different, a couple of different ones, just because I felt like I love the blue and orange together, but I felt like it needed a little bit of pizzazz. So what I'm doing tonight is sticking with the cadmium orange hue from Blick, and then I'm going to add some brilliant red from Artist Lofts, and then for the pizzazz, because I'm still on a copper kick, is the iridescent heavy body rich copper, the Liquitex. And then back to the Artist Lofts, this is the phthalo blue that I'm swapping on. I think I did a lake blue from Master's Touch last night. So tonight we're going to go with the phthalo blue. And then of course, because I'm also still enamored with my Senlier brand blue indigo, the good stuff. So I'm trying to use it sparingly. So this is the only one I got, and they're kind of expensive. So got my colors in a cup. Just gonna add my pouring medium so you guys can see that. I will be adding a little bit of water to these. So I have my little measuring cups. And if I flatten that paint out, I have the most of the cup with the most color is probably this cadmium orange, and it's less than a ½ an ounce. So there it is. Mr. Motorcycle, you're so rude. Go away. All right. Enough to cover it up. Enough to make exactly 1 fluid ounce right there. And give this a stir. So we did something wild and crazy tonight, my family, which is almost unheard of in New York City, is we cooked. We actually cooked dinner in our tiny, tiny, tiny shoebox sized kitchen. And I paid the price for it because, see the big red mark? Yeah, that would be a nice burn going straight across my forearm there from the stove, because you can't really cook with more than one person in the kitchen, and my daughter was helping me out, and we kind of bumped, and my arm paid the price. But it was nice because it was raining, and you get kind of tired of eating out, and sometimes you just want to stay home and nest. And tonight's one of those nights where no one felt like going anywhere. So we cooked. All right, let me see. Just a touch more water. Oops, that's white. Touch more water. I'm going to do the same pattern on my canvas too, where I'm just going to do like this and leave the other side blank. Unless I hate it, then I'll goof around on the other side, pretty much like I did last time. Because if you don't like it, and you try to fix it, and it's just all going downhill, that's always, don't get discouraged. Think of that as an opportunity to experiment. Like, well, this painting's going to be a bust, so what can I try while I have paint and while I have a canvas in front of me? It's a perfect opportunity. Otherwise, you'll just get depressed. So, my words of wisdom tonight. All right, so my phthalo blue, again, probably, well, there's an ounce. This is like less than 10 milliliters. So maybe like, I don't know, a third of an ounce of paint, hardly anything at all. So this one I'm gonna probably, and I normally don't measure, you guys know that, so this is new for me. Not even up to the 1 ounce mark, almost though. Probably 3/4 of an ounce right there. That's it. Give that a mix. Plop. That is. I keep grabbing the white. Let me move that out of the way. Grab my water. Just a touch of water. Probably not going to be able to see that, but it's not even enough to cover the paint on top. It doesn't even go completely cover the surface. So very, very little water. Just enough to help the consistency. And still a little gloopy, so same deal. Just a touch of water, again, not even enough to cover the surface. I'm sure between the two little pores that would have made enough to cover. Give that a mix. Clean my stick. Still a little bit. Instead of water, I'm going to give it just the tiniest squirt of pouring medium. Nothing wild, just a little dollop. I'm the same way in the kitchen. I don't like to measure unless I have to. I kind of eyeball things, throw things into the pot. I can cook a couple things well, but the thing I can make the best is homemade lasagna. I mean, completely homemade. From the noodles to the sauce. I spend a day on the sauce alone, boiling the tomatoes and peeling them and crushing them. And that's where I play with all the different seasonings until I get it where I want it. And then the secret to a good lasagna, in my opinion, is throwing a good cup of Gruyere cheese into the mix. You do that and then sprinkle some on top with your Parmesan. Man, that's some good stuff. I'm making myself hungry just thinking about it. But the sad part is, I'm not going to be able to make that here. So this will be the first fall or winter where I don't make my homemade lasagna, because I don't have the room or the equipment for it. Alright, that's looking better. Just blue. Just put on a clean apron for you guys tonight too. my inky blue. Hardly anything at all in this. Maybe almost a half an ounce. So we're just going to add a half an ounce of the pouring medium. It's not even up to an ounce yet. Give that a stir. Dollop of water. I can make a mean chili recipe too, and my husband always bugs me for it, and I try not to make that one too much because, you know, he's a guy and it gets smelly, if you know what I mean. So I'm like, yeah, I love you, but you know what, not tonight, honey. So clean stick. There we go. 2 different blues. My red. That's a nice, isn't it a bright, happy red? That's the happiest red. And that is probably a little over half an ounce on that one. Put in my pouring medium. That's almost an ounce. So far I'm up to 4 ounces of paint. I still got my copper, my tea white. Add my water. So if this works out and it's not too late, I might make another video because I have a little, what size is that? I have like a 8x8 cradled, you know, birchwood square, and it's deep, like it's, the depth is about 1 inch or 1.25 inches. And I think what I'll do is break out my high flow fluid acrylics and try it with that Vallejo pouring medium and just use it straight on, and just do a straight regular pour and see how it turns out, because I do want to see the results of the Vallejo all by itself. So there's 4. If you ever go to Starbucks, I don't really drink their coffee. Their coffee is crap in my opinion. So if you're from Seattle, I'm sorry, but it always tastes burnt to me. But I do like their chai tea lattes. And sometimes you walk in and they have little samples of, you know, whatever the frappuccino of the day is. And they give them out in these little cups. And I always save them because, oh, how great are they for doing little pours like this. So, same deal. I'm not going to be able to measure this one as much. And I'm adding, I will tell you, I'm adding a little more pouring medium to this one because it's heavy body paint. So it's going to require a little more medium, pouring medium to mix it up. Mix it up nice. And it is still quite stiff in my cup. Oh yeah. I'm gonna add just a touch more, just a little dollop. Close that guy out. Dollop of water. kind of, oh, not too bad. Just a little more water. Just a drop. All right, looking good. You guys see that? Yeah. Do that. I'm gonna put a drop of just one, trying to get one drop in each color tonight of my treadmill silicone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just kind of lightly stir those around. And mix up some white. A little more white. I probably have about an ounce of white in my cup, the tea white. What I thought I would do, instead of, my preferred method is to layer my colors in the cup. Maybe like the police don't like it when I paint, because I swear most of the time the apartment is fairly quiet. Now this is 2 nights in a row where I've been painting and filming and all hell is breaking loose again. Oh my goodness. What the hell? It's 2 nights in a row. You know, I've discovered it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter where you are, not only in New York City or New York State or Virginia or anywhere else in the United States or in Europe, and I've lived in a lot of places around the world, there's always idiot drivers. Like, you see a giant fire truck and an ambulance and 4 police cars coming down the road in your rear view mirror. Get out of the way. A lot of people just freeze or expect them to go around you. Like, no, you move. You move, get out of the way. Let them by. It's a universal condition, I believe. All right. Got my white. White's looking good. What was I saying? I don't really remember now. Oh, so I decided earlier, get my gloves on, that I would not layer my colors tonight, since I'm going to pour. I'm not going to flip cup or anything. That I would just pour the colors down the sides into my white. I didn't want to layer because I have so many, you know, I got 2 primary colors going on, and I don't want those to mix too much. And let me put my ring somewhere safe. And you know, make 3rd colors. It's going to happen anyway, a little bit. So maybe I'll get some pretty greens or purples or something. Well, not green, because I don't have any yellow, but I've got the blue and red, so you could see some purple action. So I have my cup. I think I see here. Put it right there. Can you see that? I hope so. And I'm just going to pour my colors around the white and then pour onto the canvas. So here it goes. Some blue. I'll save some. Save a little bit in case I need it. Do the red down the side. Go up high, let it get into the white. Let gravity do the work. A little bit of copper. A little bit of red. that's so pretty in my cup. And a little bit of the phthalo blue. Alright. Now what I do is take my stick. So let's see, can you guys see that or not? That's kind of what it looks like in my cup. I'm just going to put my stick in the middle of the white and just give it a light little twirl around like that. And then put that off. And moment of truth. Just kind of go for it. I have enough to do another cup because I realize there's a lot of white in this. Let's turn this, we get some blue, and just kind of go for it. And yeah, I'm going to have to make more to do the rest of it. And I still have white at the bottom of my cup, so I'm just going to continue. Make another little batch right on the side. Blue. The copper. My inky blue. And my orange. Alright. Continuing on. We're going to come this way. And I'm going to come back because I don't like that white. Some stripes in here. That looks like. Give that a tilt. This way a bit. And this way a bit. See, now tonight it's flowing with the white. The white is definitely like, okay, I'll go with you. Hang on, brother. Let's go places. Where do you want to go? Some of that copper off the bottom there, and then come back. I'm happier too with where it stopped. It's not quite a half. It's kind of what I had in mind. I think I was saying last night. Let's give it a torch and see if we get any cells. Bubbles to pop. Get down in there. Some. They're coming. They're thinking about it. I guess. Right there. Oh, I like that. Right in here too. Oh yeah, let's be picky. Let's make little lines of cells. Right here. Right here. Leave the orange alone. Here. Here, and a little bit in that red. Oh yeah, I like that. Still totally not my style. Totally. What else do I want to do to it? I think the line's running through it. It's okay. Not my favorite thing ever, you know. I don't know. I still think it's boring. I do. I still think it's boring. What do you do when you do a negative space and you hate it? What do you do? What I could do, since I still have a whole bunch of colors left, and I'm still not happy with this. I told you guys I'm never happy with these. I don't know why. I'm just not. I like the colors a lot. I could mix up a batch of white, add my paint, and do a big old flip cup right on top of it and see what happens. I'd have a lot of white in it, maybe get some big white cells. I'm just talking through it in case you're wondering what to do. Do I stop or do I experiment? And I say, if you're not happy, you experiment. These just aren't my thing. I just am never happy with them. Never ever happy. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mix up some white. I have about a half an ounce of each color left. I'm gonna take my white, let me find some white paint. Mix up some white real quick. And I'm gonna do a big old fat flip cup right on top of that. You're like, what? Are you crazy? I'm like, yup. Yup, I am. Totally crazy. And that's what I'm gonna do. Be crazy. Besides, I never promised you guys that I was gonna actually post this. So, I still have that in my back pocket. Actually use my pouring medium with the white this time instead of the Floetrol, since it's not on my canvas. Give that a stir. You guys see? I don't know if you can see all that. I feel like I should be up here. Maybe my thing's tilted too much. Hold on. I go like this. Is that better? That looks better. It looks like you'd be able to see more of me as I mix. Hopefully the sound is better. Can't do anything about, you know, random sirens, but just gonna have to turn me up. Mix. It's looking good. Add a bit of water. You guys probably think I'm just like batshit crazy right now. But that's okay. To my white. Let me just stir it another minute. Alright. Not really happy with the baby cells everywhere too, so I'm going to add a drop of silicone in these in these colors. Stir. Alright. It's going to be a lot of white. That's okay. This is like a traditional. God, I haven't done this in this way in a long time. This is how I started out. It's probably how everyone started out, where you just dumped your colors in a cup and hoped for the best. It was fun at first until you get picky, right? Then you start to get picky, and then everyone kind of switches to layering, I think. Particularly when you start to learn more about transparencies and opaques and how your transparent paint will float up over on top of your opaque paints and make nice cells and all that jazz. All that jazz. white, not gonna be good. We'll see. We'll see. Living on the edge. Throwing a little copper. We have a little bit left. I do like these little Starbucks sample cups. They're kind of handy. Alright. Some l'orange. Have a little bit left of the inky blue. Totally mad scientist mode. So much fun. So much fun. You guys ready for this madness? Are you ready for this madness? Where's all the other colors? Where the hell did they go? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of white in there, but what the heck? What the heck? I'm gonna pop that big bubble. Big bubbles. Where did all the other colors go? Where's my red? Cup in my paint, I have a little bit of cup in my paint, folks. A little more paint in my cup, a little more cup in my paint. Oh my goodness. All right. Now this should slide around fairly easy because there's a lot of paint on this canvas. So I'm just going to tilt it around a little bit. Maybe some of those other colors will show up. Or maybe they're like on siesta, I don't know. Maybe they're on vacation. Where the hell did they go? Very interesting. I'm kind of grooving on the corners with the from the other pour, from the failed experiment of the negative space pour. I kind of like that. My cells are looking pretty great. That's kind of interesting. So let me fool around with it a little bit. Check it out. Very interesting. I'm kind of perplexed how all my colors disappeared except for the blue. I see a little bit, maybe if I torch a little bit here, some of them will show up underneath, hopefully. And I have some spooning to do on my sides. Let's see. Alright. Let me see. Just kill some bubbles. There's some spectacular cells going on there. I'm kind of pleased to see that I'll zoom in on when I bring the camera down. See, not bringing up maybe a little bit of color underneath. There's some red coming up. Where'd it go? There? Nope, they're like, we're in hiding, we're hibernating. It's really, really nice cells. All right, give me a minute to just stare. All right, here's what I'm thinking. I'm really grooving on this side of it. I like this, and I like the corners with the pops of color. And I got some really cool orangey red cells in here that are they're spectacular, if I do say so myself. I like these cells here too. They're light blue with the dark blue rim. Really pretty. Then really nice round white cells over here. I just wish, and this is now I'm being, super picky. For symmetry, I wish I had more of this going this way. So I'm just gonna try and tilt it just a little bit. If it looks like I'm gonna F it up, I'll stop. Deal? Deal. That's the plan. And then I'll touch up my corners and leave it because it's not half bad, really. All right, so let me just try to go this way a little bit. Nope, see, it's not moving anymore because I poured off a lot of the excess paint. And I hope nobody yells at me for, wasting paint that's on my tarp, but it really couldn't be helped. So I think what I'm gonna do is try to grab some of the colors that are on my tarp. And, I usually like to match. We're gonna take like this red and put it on these corners here. Just for a little touch of color right here and like right here. And then the same thing. Where's my red? My red and orange over here. I haven't seen your side yet, but my side over here is looking pretty cool as well. So I don't want to muck with it too much. And I gotta get this corner. So let me get some red, give that a pop color. Slide this guy out of the way. Grab some red. You know what I can do? I can grab, no, do I have any red left in here? Let me do this. And a little red. Ha ha! Right onto my spoon. Give it a little swirl. And then pour it down over on your side and see what's going on. Oh, your side looks pretty good too. Just need to fix my one corner over there. And I'm gonna give it one light torching, maybe up high for bubbles, maybe a couple over here, and then I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. Right? Like seriously. I feel like I got super lucky with taking a risk of throwing a flip cup on top of that negative space, and it worked out. But it's half the fun. Sometimes you win one. I feel like I won one tonight. All right. Let me see. It's really not doing it. It's not going to do anything else. It's how do I explain it? You know, sometimes when you pour around and you stop and then you go to like tilt it and like nothing really moves, and then even when you torch, it's like the painting is set, like getting your hair curled or something. It's like, yep, I'm done. You can't do anything else. I won't curl anymore. I'm already blow dried. I'm set. And I think the painting is telling me I'm done. I was a good little soldier. I let you mess around, but I'm done. And so I'm gonna call it a night right here and zoom in for you guys so you can take a looky. I'm rather pleased with my save though, gotta say. All right, see if we can get this down without messing anything up. Hi. Okay. Let me see. Let's see. Let me zoom in on some other bits and bobs. So there's the orange cells I was talking about. Aren't they pretty? I know there's a shadow. Hold on. Is that better? No. I don't think I can do anything about the shadow. That's my light. So there's that. Maybe if I hold it with this hand, does that help? Found you guys. Over here, traveling. The whites are pretty. Let me come over here to those blue guys, because they're pretty spectacular too, I gotta say. Up here. So, come up high. Pause a second so you can see where's the ends or corners there. Did you get to see the corners on this end? Way over here. This one has a happy little red guy right in the middle. Right there. Let me see if I can get the whole thing. Pretty close. I'll post pictures. The light, I can see the light making a nice little annoying glare right in the middle. And where am I? 44 minutes. That was a long one. I'm sorry about that, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it though. Don't give up. If you don't like it, experiment. That's the lesson for tonight. See you guys soon. I think the next time I'm going to do multi-cup flip with white around it, like the traditional style a lot of people do. So that's the plan for next time. You guys take care. Bye-bye.